There was a time in the history of Yoruba, in the west of Nigeria, where the heir to the throne is killed whenever the king dies. This tradition came about as it was discovered that a lot of princes killed their fathers so they could ascend the thrones and become kings instead. It was believed that if the heirs were killed alongside the fathers, kings will live longer on the throne. During this period, Alaafin Atiba was the paramount ruler of the Oyo Empire, and he appointed Kurunmi, the son of Isele, as the Are Ona Kakanfo, the general of the whole Yoruba warriors. As it was with tradition, a king and an Are Ona cannot stay in the same town because they wield similar powers. So Kurunmi was assigned to Ijaye, where he was given the power to lord over. One day Alaafin Atiba summoned the kings and the lords of the neighboring towns and told them he wished to change tradition. Presenting at the meeting were several kings like Imi of Ede, Balogun Ibinkule of Ibadan, and Kurunmi himself. While they were seated, Atiba came down from his throne and held the sword of Ogun, the Yoruba god of iron, in his right hand, and a bolt of Sango, the Yoruba god of lightning and thunder, in his left. He charged the royalties present to swear by the sword and the bolt that after his death, his son, Aremo Adelu, will be made king after his demise. Kurunmi disagreed immediately, and he reminded Alaafin Atiba that according to the tradition, the moment Atiba goes, his son Adelu must follow suit. Other royalties tried to persuade Kurunmi, but he was adamant. When he couldn't convince him, he walked out in anger and headed to Ijaye. The other kings and chiefs went home to their people to inform them of the latest developments. When Balogun Ibinkule of Ibadan told his chiefs the news, one of his chiefs, Basoron Ogunmola, took the matter up and suggested that they wage war against Kurunmi. Kurunmi had once captured Ogunmola, who had a secret affair with his wife. He captured him, tied him to a stake like a goat, and fed him ashes as food. As a form of revenge, Ogunmola proposed war against Kurunmi. Alaafin Atiba sent emissaries to Kurunmi to change his mind, but he remained adamant, and when Alaafin Atiba saw that he would not change his mind, he sent 2 calabash bowls to Kurunmi. One of the calabashes contained an effigy of a pair of twins, Yoruba symbol of peace, while the other calabash contained gunpowder, Yoruba symbol of war. Kurunmi immediately chose war and sent the emissaries back to Atiba. Immediately, Kurunmi summoned his chief warrior, Balogun Ogun Korojo, and told him to prepare for war. As part of the preparation for war, Kurunmi consulted the oracle, and the oracle warned him not to go to war with Ibadan because he would lose the war. Kurunmi was not going to have any of it, and he persisted the oracle to tell him what to do in order to win the war. The oracle then told Kurunmi that in order for him not to lose the war, he must not cross the river Ose, which was the boundary between Ijaye and Ibadan. Kurunmi agreed and went ahead to plan for the war against Ibadan. While Kurunmi was making preparations, the Ibadan warriors, led by Ogunmola, went to meet the people of Egba, who were said to possess very powerful charms. The Egba people then prepared a potent charm called Edi, a charm that causes someone or a group of people to ignore warnings or dare something that will harm them. The Edi was set out to the river Ose so that Ijayi warriors would be tempted to cross the river. When the war came, Kuranmi sent his 5 sons to the war to fight the Ibadan people. During the face-off, Ijaya warriors soundly defeated the Ibadan warriors, and the remaining Ibadan warriors fled back, crossing the river Ose. Unfortunately for Kuranmi, his warriors fell to the potency of the eddy, and they crossed the river Ose, believing that they had momentum and that they could chase the Ibadan soldiers very far away. Immediately they crossed the river, their charms failed them, and they were killed in thousands by the warriors of Ibadan, who had set a trap for them. Kuranmi suffered heavy loss and lost all his 5 sons in the war and a lot of his soldiers. The adulterer, Bosurun Ogunmola, mocked him and sent a message to him that he was coming for his head. On hearing the news of the death of his sons and men, Kuranmi became very devastated and suicidal. But while he grieved, he held on to his belief that tradition remains tradition, and that he has no regret for standing firm in the face of corruption. Kuranmi committed suicide by taking poison, and he was thrown into the river Ose according to his wishes, so that Basurun won't have the luxury of cutting his head and hanging it. That's all for today. Tell me what you think about this whole scenario down in the comment section. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.